Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a really lovely cake. It's got berries, it's got coconut, it's amazing. So, the first thing you're going to do with your dry ingredients, you need about 1 3/4 cups, roughly. So I've got that. I also need to add some salt. About a teaspoonful, and I'm going to add my coconut, which is 3/4 of a cup. This is just desiccated coconut. If you find any bits you don't want to see, just take them out. This is based on a Martha Stewart recipe, which is why I'm telling you the measurements in cups, but I will obviously put down some conversions for you in the description box. So we've got all of that, and now we need to mix them. And I'm just going to use this without switching it on, just to mix it about. Okay, that's that part done. This is the traditional part. We're going to mix sugar. This is just over 1 cup, and I have 3/4 of a cup of softened margarine. You could use butter, but it needs to be soft. Okay, and I'm going to mix this until it's light and fluffy. So that's really nice and fluffy now. I'm going to add my eggs one at a time. I have 4 medium free-range eggs. If you're using really large eggs, then just use 3. And we're just going to add 1 at a time. Okay, I've added all of my eggs. I'm now going to zest 3 washed limes. These are pretty small limes, as you can see, which is why I'm going to use 3, but if you had bigger limes, then you could obviously just use 2. As you can see, I've now added the zest of my 3 limes, and I'm just going to cut my first lime in half and squeeze the juice in. Right, next thing to do is mix that in. Now we're going to add our flour and coconut mixture, half. Just fold that in. These are my fruits. I've got about 280 grams of fruits here. Blueberries, strawberries and apple. Apple is just 40 grams, it's just half of a regular size apple that I've chopped up into small pieces. This is about 140 grams of strawberries, and that's after I've taken off the little green thing. I don't know what that's called, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to transfer that into a bigger bowl. Okay, and we're going to add some flour. So that's why I've got this flour left over. You just want to coat it quite nicely. We're also going to add some sugar in there as well. Let's do flour first. This is to try and prevent it from sinking. It doesn't always work, but you know, we try. So that's the flour. Sugar is optional. Just add a sprinkle. And again, just mix that about. And the final thing, some lime juice. Don't hurt yourself if you're going to cut into your hand like I did, which is naughty. Okay, so we're just going to mix this about now with the lime juice in there. When that's ready, So I've just kind of loosely spread that out. It doesn't need to be absolutely flat. And then using your hands, just spread out the fruits. And because they're different colours, I quite like to try and get the colours quite evenly spread out. This is what it looks like when you put all of the fruit on top. You can see here that I've tried to make sure that the colour's quite evenly distributed, so the fruit's really nice and even across the cake. Pop it into a preheated oven, 180 or 160 fan, which is gas mark 4. This is the cake out of the oven. I'm just going to coat it in icing sugar. And then I'm going to let that cool for a little.